For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely amazing news has dropped. So, yesterday, Yolopark posted on Instagram, and well, probably Twitter as well, that, images of their AMK Pro Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, right? I commented on the one post, I was like, I am just waiting for the final forms of Megatron and Optimus from TF1. Literally 3 minutes after I commented that, they dropped these images. And oh my god. Look, I'm not saying that I was the cause of them revealing them, but all I'm saying is that was a hell of a coinky dink. I mean, this sort of cropped version is the first image that they showed off of Optimus Prime, because so far we have only had the grey prototype images. Now we get to see the final looks. And we're going to do Optimus first. We're going to go through the pics of Prime first. Then we'll do Megatron. Because, let's be honest, Megatron is the more exciting one. Well, I mean, that's just my opinion. So, here we have the first proper, almost full look at their AMK Pro Optimus Prime. Now, I am very upset that it took them this long to do them. I mean, they did the the cogged versions and the cogless versions of all of the characters. And, Alita 1 and B127, we have their final forms, right? These guys, we have been waiting for so long. But, oh man, if this isn't faithful to the movie version, this looks beautiful. I mean, let's just get right into this, man. I mean, here, this is like a proper, HD and no Photoshop, nothing look at Prime. And you can see that the colors are absolutely beautiful. A lot of people were complaining about the head sculpt in that image that they recreated from the movie, that first image that they showed off. I don't know, man. This one looks pretty good. Obviously, this is AMK Pro, which I'm quite upset about because that means they're going to be so expensive. But, it is AMK Pro, so we do have lights in the head and we do have lights in the chest as well. For, obviously, the beautiful matrix of leadership. But just look at this dude, man. He looks just like Prime in the movie. One thing I do kind of want to question, though, is why are the tips of the smokestacks blue? I don't know. I just sort of, I don't know. It looks a bit weird to me. I'm not sure why they decided to do that. Like, if it was black, I could understand because obviously he uses them as flamethrowers. But why blue? But here is a good look at the maskless head sculpt, and honestly, it is glorious. I feel like they could have picked a better expression, but honestly, considering that in the final battle, Optimus doesn't really smile that much, I don't really know what else they could have done with him. So, I am a big fan of this head sculpt. I really, really like it. I think the eyes actually do look quite good, but I hope that they look nice without the lights, like just by default, because I'm not really a huge fan of figures with lights in their eyes, because usually that means that their regular eyes just sort of look black and dead. So I'm hoping that it looks nice. But yes, as you can see, there are also lights in the chest for the Matrix, and I'm so happy they decided to do that. But as you can see, that is not all, because the chest does open up. Now, I don't exactly remember if his chest opened like this in the movie. I think it did, because at the end he does hold the Matrix, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure his chest opened like this. I just don't remember. But just look at the detail in there, man. It is beautiful, beautiful stuff. Even though I'm like not a fan of them being AMK pros, I the detail is really, really good. I don't really know why they made these guys AMK Pros, because they don't really need that much detail. Even paint wise, they are not that complicated. But here we reach my first like real negative, and that is the axe. I am not a fan of how the axe looks. For AMK Pro, the price that I'm paying for an AMK Pro and the axe looks like that. What the hell, Yolopark? I am not a fan of this color. I think that it looks terrible. Like I mean, you know what it looks like color-wise. I just feel like you could have gone a little bit more orange, maybe not so like desaturated yellow. Oh my God. But yeah, I mean that is really unfortunate because it's such a gorgeous accessory in the movie. And then figure form, it's like, eh. But here we have the final image, and this is where a big question sort of pops up. But regardless, right, before we get to that, let's take a look at the accessories. Obviously, AMK Pro, you do have a stand. Now, I've never owned a stand in my life, so maybe I will get this figure. I hope, if I can, I definitely will get the Megatron. Optimus, it may be a while. But here, looking at his accessories, you have the gun that obviously, he used for like one shot. it's like the Viacon gun. Then you have the axe. You have what looks to be a T-cog, but I honestly thought it was going to be the Matrix of Leadership. It could honestly be either of them. Maybe it's like an interchangeable Matrix piece, but I think it is just a transformation cog. Then, oh my God, this I'm not a fan of. So you have the swappable hands. Now, I do not like the idea of swappable hands. I think that for being AMK Pros, yes, I know I keep mentioning the AMK Pro, but that is a big price difference between AMK Pro and the regular AMK figures. I think that for that price and for them being essentially like, I mean, AMK Pro is literally like the premium version of the Yolopark line, right? For essentially being like premium versions, better versions, how are we getting swappable hands? I own one Yolopark figure, and that is the Rise of the Beast Scourge, and I am so happy that he has a posable hand. And this thing doesn't? Why? I would love to know the reasoning behind this. I'm sorry, I absolutely hate swappable hands. They are just it's so annoying. And the thing is, people will complain about parts forming, like on a Hasbro figure, they'll complain about parts forming for something that literally could not work if the piece didn't come off. But for some reason with these figures, people are, fine with swappable hands. I don't know why. So yeah, I find interesting is that you have two face sculpts there, but there's already one on the figure. So there's two with a mouth plate. So it seems like what I was talking about, it seems that they're going to do, because maybe the one on the figure here is the face that, has like the eyes, like the translucent eyes so that it can light up. And then the other one has painted eyes. I am hoping that is the case. But then this is the confusing part. Why does it come with an Orion Pax torso? Because like swapping it out, I really don't know how that makes sense, because Optimus is way bigger than Orion Pax. My only guess is maybe this is like a Rise of the Beast Rhinox situation, and they just chucked in an extra accessory for another figure. Because if you don't remember Rise of the Beast Rhinox, it came with obviously Rhinox himself, his accessories, and it came with the arm cannons for their Rise of the Beast Prime. So if you had Prime and you wanted the cannons, you had to get Rhinox. So I don't really know why they've done this. If it is swappable, then that's pretty cool, but they wouldn't do that because then it would make their previous product redundant. So my guess is that it is just like a new torso for the old figure. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool, Overall, I will give this Optimus Prime a 9 out of 10. I think that it is a very solid figure. Visually beautiful. because the only issues that I have are it having swappable hands and the axe being ugly. That's really it. Apart from that, I think it looks absolutely beautiful. But now let's move on to the man himself, Lord Megatron. This is the first image that they decided to show off of this guy, and wow, just wow. He looks badass. I love the TF1 Megatron design. I think that it is beautiful. I think I do prefer it to the G1 design. I think. Obviously, the triple barrel cannon works well for this version of Megatron because obviously he is younger, he's more edgy, you know. But for like classic Megatron, obviously the regular cannon does work. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this beautiful figure. I mean, what? He's beautiful! Dude, that head sculpt looks evil as shit. Like, what? That looks awesome. I love this design so much. And you know, if you think I'm being too critical on these figures, it is mainly because I have deliberately put off getting any version of these characters because I have not got, you know, Studio Series, Byway, whatever it is, I have not gotten a TF1 Optimus or Megatron because I have been deliberately waiting for the Yolopark ones. Bro, that paint is so beautiful. Oh my god, oh man, it's so simple. Like the color scheme of Megatron is so simple. It's like 90%, it's just silver, gray or black. But god damn, it is so cool. Look at that face. Oh my god, that looks so fucking awesome. I am loving the details on this guy. Obviously, you know, again, don't know why he's AMK Pro. Very simple design, you know, simpler than Prime, really. And the paint, it wasn't much to ask for. It's just, you know, silver and gray. But regardless, he's AMK Pro now, so I'll just cry and deal with it. This thing looks sick. Obviously, you know, I'm complaining about the silver. It's not literally like just silver. There is some weathering in here. You can see like in the crevices and stuff. There is some sort of weathering. And, you know, it does look decent. But, oh my god, that head sculpt. It looks so beautiful. That is literally Megatron from the movie, man. I mean, this is a cool shot. But really, you know, you can just take a look at that triple barrel cannon. Oh, man. The details on that thing are just beautiful. Beautiful. I forgot about the rest of the images, so I don't know if he does come with a spare cannon, you know, like the one he has in the post-credit scene, but I kind of hope he does. I mean, he's AMK Pro, he's expensive as shit, so I hope he does. Like, brother, tell me that is not badass. I know I'm just sort of glazing Megatron. I'm so sorry. I was so critical of certain things for Optimus, but don't worry. There are things that carry over from Prime onto Megatron as far as like issues go. My apologies. I just went onto their Instagram and I realized I missed this image. So this is the last image, and also they just liked my comment. The one that I was talking about now, they just liked it. But yes, here we have Megatron with all his accessories, and yeah, you know, same thing with Optimus. Pretty solid as far as accessories go. Oh my god, I'm just so happy looking at this. I don't know what it is. Optimus looks cooler. Optimus is cooler by design. He has so much more color. He has more detail. But I don't know what it is. I think I just because I like Megatron more. Megatron is just so freaking cool. Okay, like I need to try like come down to earth. Okay, we have the base, we have the display. That looks pretty awesome. The Decepticon logo. Why is it blue? It could just be the photo, but why is it blue? Who am I kidding? That's not the photo. That is literally just blue. That's what the hell? Why Yolopark? But now we take a look at his accessories, and this is where I am slightly confused. Because with Optimus, he obviously came with a spare torso. It's literally just an entirely spare torso for the Orion packs. However, I thought that, okay, cool. It's just the torso. Maybe it's swappable with the old one. Here, I am very, very, very lost because you have way more pieces here that, are not just accessories. They are tied to his previous form, right? The D16 cogged form. What is going on? I genuinely do think now that even though, yes, the legs on these guys, even though the legs are still really long, I do think that these are swappable pieces. I think that you can turn Optimus to Orion packs and Megatron to D16. I'm genuinely thinking you can do that now because that chest piece is different to the one Megatron has. You have some smaller shoulder pieces. You have the back and the front. You have the old cannon. You have his old cannon. And most importantly, over here, you have a D16 head with the yellow eyes, right? So this is before the final battle of the movie. And I can't really make out what the faces are. I think one of them is a smirking face, and the other one is like a panicking, oh shit face. Or not shit faced. Oh, Seed of Chucky flashbacks. Honestly, I'm gonna need some sort of explanation from Yolopark, but I do think you can swap the pieces. I think that is freaking awesome. So Megatron, in all honesty, in my opinion, is the better of the two. I really do love the way Megatron looks. I love the accessories that he comes with. Even the swappable hands is an issue. Yes, I'm not a fan of the swappable hands at all. But, whatever. I'm just not a fan of it at all. But I am so hoping that these pieces are swappable. Because if that is true, that is going to be so freaking awesome. Guys, am I crazy? Sorry, I've spent the last 5 minutes looking at the Yolopark Orion packs to see if the legs are different. But it looks to be like the same legs. So I honestly don't know what this is meant to be. I'm just going to go ahead and say that the parts can be swapped and you can turn Optimus into Orion. But, ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that is not all? As far as the figure reveals go, that is all. But there is something else that Yolopark did. If you pre-order these two, if you pre-order Optimus and Megatron, then you get a free Orion packs and D16. The cogless ones, obviously. If they were to give away the other ones, then that would be a huge loss financially. Also, that is freaking awesome. But yeah, as you can see, if you pre-order them, you do get these guys for free. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is all of the Yolopark Optimus and Megatron images covered. I am so happy with these guys. I'm happier with Megatron. much happier with Megatron than Optimus Prime. But honestly, that's not a bad thing. It's just because I like the Megatron more. Optimus and Megatron, I think, are great figures. And honestly, apart from the swappable hands, I would say the two are damn near perfect. So, yeah, please let me know what you guys think of the Yolopark Transformers 1 Final Form, Optimus Prime and Megatron. Just anything. Oh my god, I fucked up the... That's how excited I am. I fucked up the outro. Anything and everything. Please let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. And if you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.